That was terrible.
That was crap. That was garbage. This place sucks.
Overreaction
Mondays.
Monday.
Okay, Chris Brockman, have
All
at
right,
it.
Rich,
By the way,
first up.
if you're on hold, stay on hold. We're going to take your phone calls very shortly. What do you have over there, Chris?
I think Andrew Luck is a low-key MVP here, just throwing that out there. But the Colts, let's just get into it. The Colts will make the playoffs. They are 5-5 and have won 4 straight.
First of all, that's not an overreaction.
Okay.
The question is it going to happen?
Yeah.
They take on a Miami team at home next. Miami's coming off of its bye. And then they should win that one. Then they're at Jacksonville, which I think is going to start folding up a tent after what happened this week. As great as they played and as terrific as they played, it was one of those games where they thought that there was going to be something in their house, as Michael Irvin was saying, that they were going to get embarrassed, and they refused to get embarrassed. But to lose that game yesterday is just going to be very difficult to come back from. They're at Houston, which is going to be for a lot of marbles. Home for Dallas, home for the Giants, at Tennessee. So I'll give them a win against Miami, at Jacksonville. I'll say they lose at Houston, just because. Home for Dallas, I'll say they win that one. They'll beat the Giants, and then they go to Tennessee. They haven't lost. That's 9 wins. And right now, you look at the Ravens are the team that's currently in the 6th seed. Whole bunch of other teams at 5-5 that they are better than. Not an overreaction.
All right.
A proper reaction.
You mentioned the Ravens. Let's go to them. They are a better team with Lamar Jackson at quarterback.
I'll say that's an overreaction.
Looked good running the football yesterday.
Yes. It also helped that the Bengals were the worst team in defense over the last month coming in.
Yeah.
And it also helped that they had to prepare for all sorts of stuff going into the game. Now, Lamar's going to be very difficult to put down in terms of just the eye test. I mean, he's very difficult to tackle. Can he do it in the passing game? At some point, you're going to have 3rd and longs. At some point, you're going to take on a team where you're not going to be able to run the ball on 3rd down and move the chains. I'm not going to say they're a better team yet, but a win is a win, and I need to see some improvement before I get to say that the Super Bowl winning quarterback and Joe Flacco right now, long term, I think that's not an overreaction. Currently, right now, I say that's an overreaction.
All right, let's go to the AFC playoff picture. The 6th seed in the AFC will have an 8-8 record.
Overreaction.
You mentioned the Ravens are
overreaction.
5-5.
There's 6 games left. Somebody's going to do better than 500 out of the Ravens, Bengals, Dolphins, Colts, and Titans. I do want to say this. I am hearing the Andrew Luck as a low-key,
Low-key MVP. Yeah.
No. There's only one most valuable player. That's it. You can say that everybody's having a great season, and he's having a terrific season, and his numbers, if his record was 9-1, would put him in the MVP conversation, if not be the MVP. But you cannot be an MVP of a team that's currently 500 right now when Drew Brees already has more touchdown passes this year than he had last, has 1 interception, and has a game like yesterday, and his career rate of completion rate goes down. Okay? Drew Brees is the MVP of this league, and I had Todd Gurley as my MVP midway point. I'm sorry. Drew Brees is the MVP of this league.
What if Mahomes beats the Rams tonight?
Mahomes will beat the Rams tonight. That would be wonderful. Good for him. Laurel and a hearty handshake. I'm not shaking off it. Yeah. Come on, Matt. Come on. Drew Brees is the most valuable player. And yes, you could say as well, in the same way that Scorsese had The Departed was a great movie, terrific movie. Was it his best movie ever?
No.
But he got the Academy Award that year because he hadn't gotten it before.
Career Achievement Award.
Different story this year. Brees, it could be his best season ever. So, Andrew Luck, love it. Great job. Wonderful. He's got to finish 11-5 to be even in the conversation of MVP this year.
What if he does?
Brees is still the MVP.
Okay.
He'll be 14-2 at worst.
Yeah. The Houston Texans will get a first-round bye. They've won 7 straight.
Overreaction. Come on now. That is an overreaction. No,
Pittsburgh and New England have tough schedules coming up.
Deshaun Watson seems like he's running for his life every single time. it seems sometimes nobody can play for the field goal when they need a touchdown more than the Houston Texans. And on a case, as great as DeAndre Hopkins is, Demaryius Thomas has not done a darn thing yet. And I need to see Watson play better, more consistently. The Steelers are going to be the 2 seed right now.
Run down the Texans schedule right now.
I'm sure. Run down
the
Texans.
Run it down. Home for Tennessee. Okay. Win. Home for the Browns. Home for the Browns.
Hold on.
Win.
Time out. The Titans look terrible this week.
And Blaine Gabbert's going to be the quarterback.
We have no idea. We don't know. And you can't say that. The Titans, last time the Titans were on Monday Night Football on the road, everybody thought it was going to be, they were just a speed bump, and they pounded the Dallas Cowboys. The Texans aren't that good that you could just roll it out and assume the W, even against the Cleveland Browns at home.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Fine.
Overreaction that they're going to get the 2 seed in the AFC.
The Texans will be favored in every game the rest of the season.
Great. Then I need to see more consistent play and a better protection of their quarterback instead of him running for his life and trying to create something, 5 seconds into every play.
13-3 is real for them.
I need to see more from them like they had in the Thursday night game against Osweiler when they had an inferior opponent in their house and they dominated. They almost lost to Colt McCoy yesterday, with all due respect to Colt McCoy. And I say that when I don't mean respect.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.